that you can start doing today. I want to give you an action plan. If you're watching this live stream, I'm going to give you an action plan that you can start today to move the needle in your business, to leverage what's the best AI tools, what's the best workflow, what do you need to do over the next 7 days to really get ahead in your business. That's what we're going to clarify right now. I want you to walk away with something tangible right now. Plus, I love teaching at the end of the day too, just like Monica. So let me go switch over here. Nice. So quick poll. If you this is your first time seeing me, go ahead and put number one in the chat. If you've seen me before, go ahead and put a number two. That way I can see which members on the live stream are brand new and which ones are returning. So beautiful. Okay, so nice, beautiful. Thedora, good to see you. Dr. T, super blessed. All right, so let's dive in. I want you guys to walk away with something in your camera roll, a screenshot, you know. I want you guys to be learning every single day, that you could be walking away with something to help you grow your business from here too. And I have a little special gift of a really good book that I recommend, if I could recommend, because leaders are readers, and so I have a really good book I'm going to recommend. Hopefully we can find it. Man, if we could find it on Ocean PDF, that would be dope. But it's going to be tangible, and it's the why I did this as the post. Road to 1 mil using AI. I want you guys to have big goals, big, hairy, audacious goals. And so we're going to get first into the strategy, and then we'll go into the tactical, which is the tech. What tech tools do you need to use? Do you need to upskill yourself to start using to move the needle in your business from here? I want to start very simple. Okay, so what you need to do, regardless of whatever stage you are in, I'm going to give you the very simple playbook that you need over the next 7 days to really take your business seriously and really start looking to scale. So the first thing needs to come down to time management. I know it seems so simple, but if you can't manage your time, there's no way you're going to be able to work on the right things on the right days in order for you to move the needle in your business. To do that, I'm going to do a little thing right here. Yeah, we need to get you a task manager and a calendar. Super simple. Because with these two tools, I know it seems very simple, but I see so many entrepreneurs, they don't even have their calendar is something that they don't look at religiously, and they don't have a task manager. So if you want to accomplish and get more done in a day than most do in a week, and know exactly that you're working on the right action items every single day that actually brings in leads, brings in sales, and actually grows your clientele and your business, this is where the fundamental starts. Tick and the task manager. From there, I'll go more deeper into those type of tools, but then from there, you need to look at your content schedule. You need to commit. Some people can batch it, some people could do it a day. There's two strategies. You can either do content 2 days a week, or you do it for 1 hour a day. Either of those two is what you're going to commit to. So you could get it all done in just 2 days, sometimes even 1 day. Or if you don't have, let's say like 5 hours, 5 hours, say 4 hours, say about 4 or 5 hours, then you could do 1 hour a day. That's pretty much going to be one of those two that you need to commit to. That needs to be scheduled on your calendar as a non-negotiable. I have it on my calendar. I'll show you guys my calendar too. There it is, early in the morning, create content. Then I do outbound sales. Then I do office hours. Then I do other things. But if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't get done. So you need to plan your week out. This is so important for everyone today. You're going to spend the next 30 to 45 minutes today, Sunday. I do it every Sunday. You need to plan out your week. You need to plan out everything down to every event, from routines. I'll show you my calendar. From when are you going to post content, when are you going to live stream, when are you going to eat, when are you going to work out, when do you do daily admin tasks. You need to have all of this planned out before you even start the week, because if you don't have your week planned out, there's no way you're going to be able to move the needle and get any of your goals or the things that need to get done on your business. So that's then going to come down to your commitment to creating content. It's a non-negotiable. If you're not creating content, you don't exist to your clients and your customers. So that's why it's so important, because you're going to be building a community from your content from there. Now, breaking down content, I'll give you the same same recommendations I give everyone. 3 in 1. You need to post 3 times daily and go live once a day. That's the minimum. The minimum to play the content game. You could also run ads. If you don't want to do that, you could run ads at $10 a day. You need to do one of these two things. It's because if you're not putting out content or running ads, then there's no way you're going to bring in enough attention, which converts into leads for your business systematically. So that's why this is so important. Plus, the live streams are so important. That's where you're going to nurture. That's where you're going to close. That's where you're going to build rapport. All of this, the content and the ads just bring attention, and then the live streams is what's going to convert into sales. Very important, this formula. This is how I got 30 members in 30 days from this exact formula. This is the exact strategy that I wish I had when I started the year, but I had to figure it out on my own. So I don't want you to figure it out on your own. I want you to know exactly what you're going to do over the next week, because if you do the same habits that you've done week over week, you're going to get the same output this week. So if you're not getting sales, if your business isn't growing and you're doing the same habits, you need to change your habits, and you need to change them today, or you're going to go into a whole nother week and start doing the same nonsense that's not revenue generating tasks. These are all revenue generating tasks from here. So next thing from the content, this is going to bring attention. You need to have something to sell. Something to sell on the back end. You need to create some type of product. The product needs to be something between 27 to 97. Starting off, something around this stage is what you need to create. Something that ideally brings you $20 of profit for every sale, roughly. There are many different ways that you can go into this. You could create an ebook. You can create a mini course. A mini course is roughly a 1 to sometimes 3 hours of just like video recording. Very simple. You could create, what else is out there? This guide. Even workshops work well here. So it could be a live class, online class, or a workshop, or a 1 to 2 day workshop. Any one of these you can sell for anywhere from $27 to $97. These are also low ticket items that that once you sell them, then what's more important is because customers, they're watching your content, they're gaining a ton of value, but they haven't spent any money yet, so they don't trust just yet what's the value that they're going to receive if they exchange their hard-earned cash. So that's why you need to introduce something low ticket to start the value ladder. Every business needs a value ladder. Let's go over just quickly what a value ladder is. And AI is going to help you develop all of this, from the strategy to what type of content to put, to what type of scripts you should say when you create content. All of that is going to be what AI is really going to help you do. So what is this form? I'm using it for this. Skip a form, skip the form, skip. There we go. Wait, this is not my account. Well, I have many, so let me switch over account. Oh yeah, because this is the other one. So let me log out. There's nothing in there. We need to log into the other account. Remove, log in, this one. Nice. Cool. So one of the biggest things is you need to have a value ladder. You need to have your 4 irresistible offers according to Myron Golden. You need a lead magnet, which starting off, just do the content for right now. You can go content straight to a sale right after, because you're just doing live streams fundamentally. Every business needs 4 irresistible offers. Your content is pretty much going to be the free lead magnet that's going to bring attention in, but you need to be posting, thank you, Farrell. I appreciate that. So you need to be posting consistently. That's your lead magnet. That's your following. That's when they follow. They're like, oh, I want to follow and get more tips, get more. I want to, I want to continue to learn more. Then you need something from there. This part eventually will be in the community. This is going to be under the digital marketing side, but yeah, we will definitely post this. So the next thing next is you need something, your first tier, low ticket, something under $100. Ideally, 27 to 97 is a really good introduction from there. Then from there, you'll eventually have other things on the back end, but you need to just sell your first digital product and start to get daily consistent sales. That's all you're doing. For your first your first $1,000 to $5,000 per month is just this formula, nothing else. Like you're pretty much just committing to a consistent schedule. You're creating content and you're posting 3 times a day or going live once a day. You can batch your content. You could post 2 times. You could create all your content in just 2 days, every Saturday and Sunday, and then have it post throughout the whole week. Or you could just do 1 hour a day, which is more than enough time to post 3 pieces of content. It shouldn't take you no more than an hour to do that. Ideally, it should take 45 minutes. Then from there, you need to create some product. What are you going to sell that's not your time? When I say not your time, I'm saying not selling your one-on-one time. Don't do one-on-one anything on this stage right now. It needs to be group online classes or group workshops or a pre-recorded mini course or an ebook. Any one of these does fine as far as creating your first product. It has to speak, and you also have to get very specific with the formula. I help X achieve Y. I know it seems so rudimentary, but I get a lot of business owners that come into the community and they help 3 different avatars and they're very broad and they don't even know what they're helping them with. For example, what's mine say? I think mine says I help entrepreneurs work 20 plus hours less and achieve more in income. Kind of pretty broad, but it's mostly solopreneurs that are leveraging AI tools to work less and earn more, fundamentally is it. So from here, this is going to be your grind for the next 90 days. Like that's a 90-day grind right there. That's not an overnight success. That's not going to be like some magic thing that's going to start bringing in sales within 24 hours. You need to build a brand, because from here, you're building an online community. Where you serve. You are showing up continuously, and when you show up, you are serving, you are helping, you are answering questions, you're giving tips and resources so that you are the only go-to source when it comes to trying to solve the specific problem that they have, for example. Then if we get into the tactical of this type of stuff, like the tech tools, what are you going to use? Like what's the AI tools and stuff you need to actually get this done? You definitely need ChatGPT for the $20 a month plan. Mainly because you're going to be building custom GPTs. That is one of the biggest things that you need to learn how to do, is building custom GPTs that help you work smarter, not harder. It's for creating content, for developing the product, for doing your content calendar, for developing your ideal customer profile, for developing your first product, all of those. Brenda's like, yes, community equals you serve. Love it. And that's all you're doing. You're showing up and you're serving. Show up consistently and serving. That's all you're doing, is you're just showing up consistently. Where's Grammarly when you need it? Nice. Then you need some way to convert attention into sales. In order to do that, you need some, we'll call it just I don't want to call it a funnel or a system or a website or some link in bio. Basically is going to be it. There's many different ones. There's Stan Store, there's Beacons, there's even a link tree. Keep it simple, and then you're going to hook that up to Stripe. Something very simple. Keep it very simple. There's a lot of other ones like System, Go High Level, WordPress, or anything. Just pick one of these. It's going to be the easiest is to put a very simple link in your bio to start selling one of your products right off the bat, and that's what you're going to be pitching for the when you go live. especially very important, because when you go live, you're usually also pitching a discount for them to take action right now. For example, if you join the AI community today, it's only $27 your first month. Like, you're going to spend $27 this week on stuff that's not going to help you make more money. So why not actually invest it in your education and get you in the right room with the right people so that you can start getting the tips and resources and mentorship you need to start growing your online business consistently. There we go. So that's roughly creating content. You just need the TikTok app, honestly. Don't even complicate it. It's going to be very simple. You could get a little more fancy with maybe a buffer for just scheduling posting if you want. And you're really just posting, honestly, on Instagram. I would really just, that's really the only two platforms that you're going to be focusing on. Yeah, if we go here, just do TikTok and Instagram, and this is just for 90 days. Later you can add YouTube if you want. Highly recommend. Don't discount YouTube. You'll find a lot of high quality leads and sales as well from there, but this is pretty much the only three platforms that you're posting content on. Or you could also run ads if you don't want to like create content, but trust me, ads are going to get expensive, so that's why you do need to create content from there. What else do we need in here? That's fundamentally it. You can get by with just that starting off as your first business to get you to your first or next $5,000. Fundamentally, is really that's going to be the whole formula. We don't even need to do anything else, because it's really going to come down to your consistency of creating content. Monica went all in when I first met her as far as posting and going live. And she had to figure it all out. She had to figure out how to do live streams, how to bring people on, how to use the TikTok Live app, how to set up a link in bio, kind of all of that. So this is pretty much going to be your whole formula right here, starting off. It's not going to be an overnight success. It's going to take you time and commitment, but you have to burn all boats. You can't have a plan. Basically, you can't have a plan B, because if you have a plan B, or you're part-time on this and you have another full-time something else, like, your business is not going to grow. There's no way that you're going to be able to commit the time needed to actually get your business off the ground, to build a community to serve, to then find the right product or service to sell, and then start making your first consistent sales. Fundamentally, that's the whole formula. So let's just get you guys ready to take a screenshot. Keep it very simple. So right there, boom, yep, take a screenshot, take a screenshot, take a screenshot. Nice. And then there's your tech tools. Simple. Take a screenshot, take a screenshot, take a screenshot. That's it. That's all you need. Doesn't need anything more to complicate that, because everything, if you just want more sales, it's all going to come down to posting more content. That's really going to be it. You could think then later on, once you're hitting consistently, I would say probably, I would wait till you're hitting 25 sales a day. Then you can add another product. Most business or entrepreneurs make the mistake that, one product or service isn't selling enough or consistently, so they add another product or service, which actually dilutes the value. So you need to just focus on getting your low ticket offer to 25 sales a day. And if you're not hitting that, it's directly because you're not posting. This is going to get you started, but eventually you're going to increase this to eventually 6 posts of content a day and going live twice a day. Fundamentally, that's the whole thing. That's going to drive enough attention and traffic to your page so that you can start selling these either products or services on the back end. This is just if you want to make money online. That's a whole different game. That's pretty much the whole formula. Man, I wish I had that when I first started out. So let me put a poll in the audience. Is there someone struggling in the audience that needs help getting their business off the ground, or struggling, they don't have enough sales, or their content isn't working, they have a website that's not converting into leads or sales? Take this opportunity and say, yes, me, and I will spend the next 7, 10 minutes and roast your business in a good way to show you why you're not getting leads, why you're not getting sales, why your content is not converting. Natalie, awesome. I haven't roasted a business in a long time. So I'm so excited. She's like, wait, no, no, in a good way, in the sense that I can show you exactly what you need to be doing over the next 30 days to start getting leads, start getting sales, start growing your business. She's like, no, no, not yet, not yet, not yet. Don't pick me. Don't pick me. I was gonna say that was too quick of a yes. In a good way. So like most of the members we've had probably about 20% of the members inside the community came from me roasting their business, showing them exactly what they were missing that was preventing them from getting leads, getting sales, and doing content correctly. Oh, water is good. Anyone wants to get their business roasted, take this moment and say yes. And I'll show you exactly what's missing in your business, what's not. I just deleted all my business page content. We can start over too, because even if it doesn't exist, tell me what you want to sell, and I could give you a whole playbook as well too. So it doesn't even have to exist. Oh, we're back in. All right, let's go, Natalie. If you don't have a website, if you have the website, that's great. Put the website in the chat, and I could go to it. If without the .com, I don't care if it's finished. I don't care if it's just unpolished. I just need to figure out, what do you sell? Like, what's your niche? That's basically what my first thing is going to be looking at, is like, who do you serve? What do you sell? And checking out if what's your strategy right now. You're doing custom build for real estate agents, but you don't want to stick to agents. But what are you custom building? Let's bring you on. Let's just do this. This is going to be easier. Let me bring you on. You don't have to be on camera. You could just come in and just answer questions so that I could kind of get a better feel for what are you building for real estate agents. Because I've dealt with real estate agents before, so I know exactly what they need for automation, for lead gen, for all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, say hi to Natalie.
Hello.
Hi, Natalie. Longtime follower.
Hi. Thanks for picking me. It's exciting, but also very nerve-wracking. I come from the real estate industry, and I just don't want to do that anymore. And then I
Okay.
became obsessed with AI. Actually paid $6,500 for Liam's course.
Yep.
And I had an assistant that I was paying for like 6 months over in the Philippines. And
Okay.
I don't know, I kind of checked out of my business and wasn't making the content. I was kind of like leaving it up to AI and would
Mm-hmm.
just, yeah, take too much time off and would not get the things that I needed to get done in the business done. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's kind of, I'm back at like square one. It's kind of make or break. Like I have to go back to real estate or this has to work. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of at the point where you said in your past you were at the breaking point where you're like, I'm getting behind in making the bills and things like that. So it's like, it's either go back to real estate, which is my worst fear, or actually make the content. So I'm at that point now. So yeah, I listen to you all the time. But yeah, I'm in the process of building a custom app for a valuer here in Melbourne. So um, that's what I'm doing. I've got experience in live stream, but sort of more in my personal account and also making videos on personal account. But I'm just new to this whole business side of making the content. And every time I do it, I look at it and I cringe so hard, I give up, and then I just don't post or I just hide it. So that's me. Yeah.
You're not alone. All of those challenges every entrepreneur goes through. Everyone, and you're kind of in a, I want to say, a good place, because there's no option B. You have to make this work. And that's why I'm like, that's where it's going to drive the fire the most, as far as like going all in, committing to the process to get what needs to get done to start and your business get off the ground. So, do you still want to do, I know you don't want to do, do you want to still work with real estate agents, or do you, in that niche, leverage that, or do you want to go into like AI and automation from like Liam's side?
So yeah, I go back and forth between those things constantly, which is my issue. So um, I've got the network there, so I kind of wanted to easily just like reach out and branch, but nobody here in Australia was like ready to take that leap, and I do have a few clients, but they just keep messing me around. So I don't know. Yeah, I got paid $2,000 for the build of that app that I'm building for the valuation system this morning finally, but he's messed me around since last year, and he would be like, yeah, I'll pay you by the end of today. I'll pay you by the end of today. And even that 2,000 deposit, that's not even a quarter of the build project. So I don't know. I'm just wasting time, and I'm like, I could be showing this, but he's made me sign an NDA, so I can't like show the build online, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's stupid every time. Like I'm going to be talking to myself online.
No, don't worry. It's lessons. Don't worry. It's just lessons that you learn, like no NDA signs. When you build products, build them so that you have the ability to resell them to all their competitors. These are just little things you'll pick up later on. Don't worry about that. But you still have the skill sets from it. If you want to still sell, because I'm not gonna lie, real estate agents are like the worst to sell to, because most of them are all broke, honestly. They don't, because I just did a whole real estate series of like AI for real estate. If you sell to the brokers, they have money. They're the ones that's target, or investment, or investment real estate agents, like those also have, like if they have a portfolio and stuff. But regular real estate agents, they're so far behind.
Selling to regular real estate agents. So I was a real estate agent, so I'm selling to the directors. So I'm going in and doing AI audits on their businesses
Nice.
and building custom solutions to like
Nice.
a lot of them want copywriters replaced because they're still paying $200 per description. When I met that, like they didn't have all their stuff on their website updated with like new bios and things like that because their AI, their script writers just not getting back to them. They've had for 20 years. So
Nice.
a lot of it's been that, or they want content. But I don't know. I haven't really, I feel like I haven't built anything because everyone's kind of messed me around. So I've never, I don't know. I feel like they're a fraud.
No, it's AI is so early still. A lot of people don't know where to actually start using AI in their business, let alone when they work with consultants or automation agencies. It's still kind of like there's no blueprint per se to like start off, or like, here, this is what you need to start off. Here's where you're going to be. Here's the prices. Here's the packages, and start with this and go from there. Um, what I would first start off with is one of the biggest problems is missed calls. It's a big thing. Real estate agents, they miss a call, they could miss a sale. They're not working 24/7. Also, like evenings and weekends, for example. So you can sell AI voice agents to real estate agents that will just answer the call, filter out spam, and then just send them the details by email so that they can not, pretty much not have to be always by the phone. That's one. You could also sell workshops to real estate agents at a lower ticket, so that you could put them, sell it to the brokers and do a on-site training on how to use ChatGPT properly, how to use virtual staging, or I know there's a lot of legality around that too, but because their biggest thing is they're not even doing content right. So that's a big challenge. In how do they even just do content? A lot of them want to automate it, but at the same time, they're not even doing it manually, let alone to get to the stage of automated is a very far reach. So do you want to go into, like, yeah, it's like, because I can show you the AI voice receptionist tools for that, but I want you to, something that you could start selling this week to your network, that you could start, because I want you, the goal is to sell something at 497 and then just start doing sales at that, and then you can start increasing your prices from there. A quick solution that you could sell to them, whether it be training, AI voice receptionist, you
But
could.
this is what I've been trying to sell to them for the last almost a year. Like it originally started off with the AI receptionist that could convert their calls, take all the notes and send them then email if they weren't available. So, but nobody here in Australia was ready to let AI take over their phone systems. It's still very like
Mhm.
supposed to be high class, and they don't trust the front end of their business with AI just yet. So then I pivoted to trying to train and do in-house trainings for them.
Mhm.
But nobody wanted that. and my problem is content.
Content's eventually you're gonna get into that later on for yourself and to grow from there. But I think the bigger challenge more is who your ideal client is. That's why I no longer sell or work with real estate agents because they're just broke. They're not serious about growing. Most of them are all part time something else, so they're not full time in their business. However, if you target a different demographic like home services, any home services, they need automation. They need they need help automating their back end with make.com or front of office with receptionist calls or even custom GPTs for proposals is a big thing. So I would actually switch to a different target audience that actually needs, and they have the budget as well too, for example. That's what I would do is the biggest thing, because the whole content game is a whole, like, even me today I don't feel comfortable like teaching content or like selling content as like a service because everyone wants it automated. They don't see it as a priority, and they want to automate it and offload it to someone else when they need to be doing the content themselves to build the personal brand, to build the attention, and for, because there's a whole different it all comes down to, that's where I'm like, my whole the first thing in my strategy was like create content. It's like you have to create content to get your name out there so that they know who you are, what you do, and how you can help and serve them, for example. And content's a whole different side to it. So is there another demographic or niche that you could that you have access to in your community that you could go after, say, even if it's picking up, because you have the skills. That's the easy part. You have the skills to automate. That's not the challenge. The more challenge is that you just need to pick an audience that really needs the help for automating their business, for example. So home services, are there any other types of industries that you have experience with?
Well, the one that I'm supposed to do this $15,000 build for is he said he's got like a whole network of like lawyers and things like that, and he was like, there's so many of them that have like manual processes that you're automating for me that that they might want to do, and then same with my other client. He's like, I'm like automating their copywriting, and then I started to build out an app with the 3D walkthroughs and the virtual staging and all that kind of stuff and scheduling. Anything that I could think of as a real estate agent that they'd want to do. And I'm dealing with the directors, so they're the owners of the business, so they've got the money to spend on the business. So I don't know if it's just that I haven't been making the content and then now it's just the right time that they're starting to sort of be ready to take action, and then they'll introduce me to their network, or whether I just push and try and learn this whole content game. But I think if I
Yeah.
wanted to go down the content route, I wouldn't stick to real estate agents. And I think that that's also my problem, is because I'm also trying to serve different um, two different niches at the same time, and I cannot make up my mind. I just feel like I'm a nobody in general sort of content AI side, even though I could show people how to use some cool tools that I'm sure that they don't know. But at the same time, I'm like, I've already got that easy network that is already underway that I've worked so hard to build on, who's a higher end market with, you know, they do have money to spend for bigger projects and things like that, and they do have a network of themselves. So it could potentially turn into something that I would then make into subscription. So the one that I'm building the $15,000 one for, he wants to be like a business partner in it, and he does want to go on to resell this.
Yeah,
But
that's,
I would obviously be the one that runs it or be in control of that, so I would get a kickback of that too.
I'm not gonna lie, run from those. Run.
No,
There's like, cause yeah, there's a lot of people that they're like, hey, if you just build me the app that does the problem, I could sell it to all my competitors. Basically, they're just offloading the work rather than hiring the full end developer. They're basically getting a whole product or service, but in a box. So it's like, don't like. It's those because like whenever they're like, hey, I'll just introduce you to my network, that you have no control over the sales, you have no control over the lead gen, you have no control over the branding, the marketing from it. So it's like, and then especially with those tools, you can do those tools, but you if you build the tool, you always want to control everything, the IP, the all of it, so that you can resell it to all their competitors. That's how you really grow and scale. But if you're just subcontract, you're being contracted just to build it for them, then they technically own it, as depending on the contract and stuff. So you need to own. If you, I don't like the app building routes because there's a lot that goes into that, like to actually build a software as a service subscription. There's a lot that goes into like the security, building the database, scaling it up from there. So you can, it's like you can go that route, but just know you have to control the whole product. Like it is your product that you can resell and cancel them and resell it to any of their competitors, because if not, they own the IP and then they're just using you for, I'm not gonna lie, cheap labor to develop the product that is gonna cost three times more of that. That's why they're hiring you, because they got quoted from a software development team way more, and they're like, "Oh, you'll do it with AI for cheaper? Done. I'll introduce you to my network."
He
Sure.
originally
It's
signed
like,
up last year for, he agreed to a $40,000 contract, and this was through American software developers. Um, and yeah, he originally agreed, but then he put it off, and he'd be like, yeah, I'll have the money by the deposit by at the end of the week, by the end of the week. And then he couldn't even pay when I did a $15,000 one with the AI. He only just paid me $2,000 this morning, which is not even a third of the deposit. So yeah,
yeah, that's you.
I feel like I should take the money and run.
Yeah, I would return it and move on to another client, because you want clients that are going to pay you consistently, that are going to, because if he's delaying payments now, it's going to be a nightmare trying to grow this later on, and then you already have an NDA for it, so it's going to be even more. You're kind of strapped to that project kind of thing. It's like I need something where I could build the solution and resell it to everyone because I'm solving it and I'm the one that controls the IP. Which is, if you, that's if you want to go this the AI automation space is the same thing. Like if you're building voice agents for any niche, you want to own the IP for the setup, the build, so that you could do a setup and monthly maintenance cost, and then once you have one proof of concept, then you can still go and build it out for any other client, and then you could get into like scaling it from there. So it's like there's, so I think it's just we need to get you in front of a different audience or even his competitors, go after them and say, but you have that NDA, which is like that's gonna it's gonna
I
handicap
started
it.
really interested in building, like I got my own ideas, and I started building out apps that I feel like could be helpful to that industry, because I know the problems that we used to deal with and the softwares that we used to work with.
Cool.
So yeah, I've been building and playing around with some stuff for that, and then some just like personal hobbies and interests and things like that with match betting, custom builds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, just playing around with some things, and flights, like the points stacking and things like that.
Delay.
So it's like I don't just have to go down the real estate niche.
Yeah. Pick any of the apps, and then the next thing is, even if they're not done yet, take screenshots, or even if like a mock demo of it, even if you have to fake it, build some 1-2 minute demo of it and send that to as your like lead magnet to anyone that you think will be interested in it, and then gauge their interest and do you could do like a paid beta test of it, low cost, and if they're paying money for it, then you start developing the rest of it. If no one's willing to pay like a deposit or something, or like a kind of like a paid early wait list or beta users, then you can drop that idea, pivot to another idea, as if you want to go the app building route, because you need to um, get a, if you can get at least 20 test users that are paying, that's where you could really start going all in on building on that. So it's like because you want to build some mock-up, some demo, something that if you know it solves their specific problem because you've had that experience, build a mock demo of it. And even if you have to fake it, like get creative with like screenshots and animations to make it, just sell the concept of it, That's what you need to farm out to see if you get signups. And if not, then you need to quickly pivot. Because what I don't want you to do is waste time building, and then when you go to launch, no one wants to buy or sell it. Or more importantly, it doesn't solve a big pain point for them that keeps them up at night. Because you want,
Yeah, so I'm not interested too much in like building them. They're just like my project hobbies. I was just more thinking of like they're things that I could show content wise because I think I'm just gonna either have to go content wise or just turn back to my real estate job at this point.
if so, do you want to teach? Are you into teaching any of this? Like you could teach the skill sets of like building and stuff?
I don't know if I wanted to put the pressure on like teach, but like I would be happy to um, like go on live and just like talk through whatever project I'm playing around with at the time, and then just see if that turns into something. But I don't know. I think if when there's pressure of teach, I feel I start to panic and then overthink everything, and then think I'm not doing enough value, and then end up not starting a project before, or like not even starting it because I just talk myself out of it.
Yeah, because there's a whole like I mean there that path or that option would have been like if you could just teach Lovable or you could teach whatever tool that you're using. What tool are you using to build it?
I've got heaps of different tools that I play around with all the time.
What,
Yeah.
what's the number one that you use the most?
Number one, no, I'm like you. I jump around from all different ones all the time. I jump around from different building apps to different, um, I don't know, like interfaces or different like marketing toolkits and softwares. I don't know. I've got that many. Like I'm literally going broke and having to cancel cards because I forget to cancel subscriptions on stuff I don't use anymore, and then can't figure out how to unsubscribe from it. So I have to cancel the cards and move on to a new one because um, yeah, that many different ones I play around with. So I don't know. I could just, that's what I was thinking of doing is just jumping on the lines and just playing around with whatever tool that I'm playing around with and just talking people through it.
Yeah, because if you could niche down to just one tool, say Lovable or Cursor, then you could just teach that, and then go and that's how you could document your journey, show that you what could all the projects that you're building with that one tool. Because a lot of people want to learn how to build apps with these tools. There's many tools out there; they just don't know which is the best one and how to actually go from idea to something to work with pretty quickly. So that's where that path where that kind of works.
Okay. Yeah. So I've got to make one decision.
Yeah, because then all roads lead to content at the end of the day for that too as well. So
Mm. But I like to play around with the different ones and see which ones like play against them. Like I like trying Lovable against Bolt and then, you know, Replit and just seeing what different outcomes come from it.
yeah, it's and everyone's playing with them as well too. So to answer Lucy's questions, when it comes to building apps, the main ones that are going to go to, I actually can't highlight. There's actually an unspoken one per se, and it's actually building front end web apps, completely lightweight apps using Gemini 2.5 Pro, completely for free, and then you could host the code in like CodePen, and I could do a demo of that basically. Because then you could build unlimited apps completely for free. All they're all light end, they're all front end web apps that just do something, for example, and you could create as many changes as you want and not get billed or anything like that. Then second to that is Lovable, which Lovable is very easy to build a UI and a functional app. But then there's a lot that goes into the back end, the logins, payment processing, security, domains, and other stuff that actually that goes from there. I don't like bolts per se, just because I don't like building apps. I rather build a web app first because it's cross native platform. It could work on any app or any device, because then later on, once you have proof of sales, once you're making $5,000, $10,000, then you turn it into an app that you can sell on the iOS store or like the or Android phone, for example, too. But you always want to be narrowing down who is your who um, when it comes to building apps, the hardest thing is who and what's the problem, and is it a big enough problem that they're willing to pay? Because there's some, you technically want to take market share from an existing app that's already doing money, already generating sales out there, and just do it a little bit better. We have members that are building apps for grant writing, um, for underwriting, for the mortgage industry, for also baking too. So a lot of people have a bunch of different apps that they're building, but they're building it because it solves a specific problem that that either the tools out there are too bloated, they have a bunch of features that you just don't need, or the cost is too expensive. For example, that, oh, I wish there was a cheaper alternative out there, for example. So what I would do is I would journal, like, if you could just journal the top 20 problems that keep you up at night, especially in the real estate niche, for example, and prioritize them, which ones, like, because you want two things. One, you want to solve a problem that keeps people up at night, and then two, they have to be excited to pay for. They have to be like, oh my god, like AI video editing. I hate video editing for the bane of my existence. So I'm so happy to pay the $20 every month to Gling to give me an AI video editor, because it saves me so much time from that. Oh, hold on 1 second. Just gotta verify. There we go. Cool. So you definitely want to journal because you have the skill sets. The next thing is just building a specific solution for a specific niche, and you want direct access to that network. So you can go and, if you build one automation or solution for them, you could immediately turn around, get a testimonial, and sell the same solution to all the other ones. Don't do other products or services. One solution to one niche, low ticket, just sell it for 497, and then see if you can get a sale from there. And then your next thing is, to get leads is three ways. You can Google Maps, just start calling. Cold calling is going to be the easiest, 20, 30 cold calls a day consistently to get those leads. Second is creating content, but content, I would wait until you're actually like specific. You actually have something specific, like a niche. If you want to talk about AI apps, if you want to talk about AI for real estate agents, like when you have a niche, then you could go all in on the content route to start creating content. But that's not an overnight type of thing. That's going to take, I say, 90 days to like get your first sale. Once the content's like, that's once you're doing content consistently, then you could, then with the live streams from there, you can think of some product to serve to sell to that community. And so I would just say, one.
I've already got a LinkedIn crowd, so I've already been, I post every day on LinkedIn and I've already got a following and a network on there. So that would be something that I could sell straight to, and I've been building over the last year. And just, yeah, making sure that I'm updating them with like the latest tools and like builds and things like that. Not as much as I would like, but I do notice more interest as soon as I talk about, do any content on actual me talking about how I did something. Yeah.
Cool. Start pitching consulting then from there. Start pitching the AI consulting from there. Even if it's just $97 an hour, you're like, hey, you see my content, do content, and then pitch at the very bottom. You're like, hey, if you want an hour of consulting, $97. And then I could work on a strategy, advising, consulting, picking the right tool, guiding them from there. Because that $97 an hour is just a discovery call for you to then work into like a project with them. I wouldn't charge less than like $1,000 a month for like AI consulting. But so you have that paid discovery call to test the waters. Personally, I'm just super, 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 super duper, 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 duper biased. I hate LinkedIn with a passion because those people won't buy. They're all just 9 to 5ers, just looking for content. So it's like, I would start pitching hard, and whatever content that you're putting out on LinkedIn, triple it. Triple the volume of content, and then just sell AI consulting on the back end and do that for 3 weeks and see if you get sales from that. If not, dump LinkedIn as a platform and you need to move to a different audience and start creating content on a different platform. Honestly, TikTok honestly is going to be the main one.
Well, I'm at the like I'm at the pivoting point now. Like I've almost talked myself out of like I don't want to continue on with the way that I was going because I was putting myself option. They always say, like, you know, some of these custom solutions, and then it just got bigger and bigger solutions that kind of you know, arose. But yeah, so I'm ready to, like, yeah, pivot from LinkedIn, ready to pivot niches if I need to, and I would be happy even just like playing around on, you know, making just general AI content.
Nice. Start with TikTok, post 3 times a day, and just start sharing AI tips. It could
Yeah.
be prompts, it could be tools, it could be examples of projects, even if they're not done yet. And start posting 3 times a day and going live once a day and just talking about AI and just start answering questions. And then do the same thing. Link in bio to a do a $97 for 1 hour consulting, and then you can sell advice from there. You can sell. I was just thinking of today of eventually putting and packaging together a top 10 custom GPTs that every business owner needs, from creating content to copywriting to scripts to offer creation and more, and bundling that and selling that as a low ticket item for like $19. It's a great way to just like get them introduced to custom GPTs, start selling some digital product for a low ticket. That's not my time, which is also a great thing. And custom GPTs are very easy to build and sell, but also very valuable to people that have not yet learned how to use custom GPTs correctly in their business, for example.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So, summary is post 3 times a day. And honestly, no one's really going to remember your first 100 videos anyway, so don't worry. Keep them short, 30 seconds long. And then you're just what you're basically doing is just FaceTiming your best friend. And your best friend's interested in AI, but they don't know where to start. And it's usually around the areas of what are the best AI tools? How do I use them in my work and life? And what are some mistakes to avoid? It's usually the three genres of like AI content to create from there. And if you are at that breaking point kind of thing, I would I would actually accelerate that path in the sense of post 6 times a day, go live twice a day, and you'll have your first client within 30 days. Like, that's if you really want to go all out and go all in. It's like start doing that, and within the first 30 days you'll have enough of an audience that you could pitch. It could be consulting, it could be a GPT workbook, custom prompts, it could be a build custom GPTs, which is also very popular, little things. So it's like there's ways to monetize it on the back end, but if you really want to go all out, and it's only TikTok, honestly, it's like post 6 times a day, go live twice a day, and don't skip that schedule. It's like 7 days a week, and you're going all in on that. Or use the fear of, oh my God, if I don't make this work, I gotta go back to real estate, and that would be miserable, kind of thing. Like, use that to go all in on this
Nice.
content, kind of thing.
Sorry,
There you
you cut out and I thought you
go. Oh,
had stopped talking. Sorry.
no, you're good.
What do you suggest I do on the lives?
Start teaching how to use ChatGPT or any of the tools. I would even go advanced as like lovable kind of thing. I wouldn't do any other like advanced stuff like that. Like whatever your surprising, not gonna lie, 99% of the world is still stuck on should I buy ChatGPT plus? If not, why? And then also like what's a custom GPT? Is already like that's where you'll be working out in the sense of like just teaching people how to use ChatGPT in their work in their life is already a big improvement. And then you could go into I don't like the lovable stuff, and the reason why is because you're going to get a lot of software developers, and I don't want to deal with software developers or people that have ideas because I can't take their project to like the app store. I just don't have those skill sets. So that's why I stay away from lovable apps or software development or any of those. But I'll teach ChatGPT. I'll teach how to do copywriting. I'll teach you how to automate your business with Make.com or N. I'll teach you how to do all the other fun stuff. But I kind of like you have to kind of know what's in your lane. So what you put out is what you'll get back. So just start talking about how to use ChatGPT, and just start and then focus on just business owners or real estate and show real estate agents. I just don't like them because they're broke. It's like like you need to pick an audience that has money and a pain point and a priority, or else it's like selling to like college students. Like they have the need for a resume AI builder, but the problem is they're broke and it's not a priority. They have other priorities that they need to get. So it's like that's why it's very specific that you need to start. So very simple. Just focus on solopreneurs. Teach them how to use AI, and just focus on AI in your work and life, and just use ChatGPT. Just start there.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You got this. I believe in you. I know you're a long time follower, so you got this.
Thank you so much.
Keep me posted. Post in the DMs. That way we can keep you going because it's seriously count right after this call. Start posting content. Your goal today is to post 6 pieces of content by end of day, and then go live once a day, and then go live once today. That's your only homework. Just show up and serve. That's all. That's the whole game.
That's the next thing. I've got a small following on my business account, which I
Cool.
can't go live on yet, and then this is like my personal account. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna confuse, or should I just use my personal account and change my personal account?
Which one do you have the most following with?
My personal account.
Use the personal one and just rebrand it.
Really?
Yeah, and don't delete or hide the other stuff. You could hide it if you want, but don't delete the content. It's more just start posting AI content going now. That's pretty much it.
So
Yeah.
can I? Because like I would like to do a mix of stuff. Can I do that or no? I've just literally got to rebrand.
It's all AI, and I'll tell you a quick story. How I went from 192 followers to like 1200 in like a week. That month, all I did was just talk all about AI. I didn't talk about anything. Anytime I talked about personal development, digital marketing, and changed it from different things, my audience was like, "What am I going to follow your page for? What's the one thing that you do?" So I niched down, and then after I niched down, I caught trends. There are certain topics that if you like if you go to anyone's content, it works better on the computer. You can sort by popular, and then from popular you can see what are the most popular videos on their on like because if you just go to my TikTok account, go to who I'm following, 80% of those people are all AI influencers. Follow all of them, and then go to their page on on the computer, sort by popular, and you'll see. Excuse me, you'll see all their popular posts. Just recreate those posts. Same topic, same style, same tips. That's all. Like that's the easiest way to start like creating content in a niche from there. And then if you could go live on this, great. If not, just keep posting content until you can. I think you could also do it through the desktop app if you have Windows. You could go live sooner. But because from there, because it's just a consistency. Posting. That's all Monica. You saw Monica this morning. Monica had no audience, no product, no service, and for 30 days she posted 3 times a day and went live twice a day. And then after 30 days, she had a following of like 200 people on the live stream, which is wild. And then we've been working on trying to figure out what's the product to sell on the back end from there. But she you have to fix audience first, which was one of the biggest challenges.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, because I'm gonna have the wrong kind of audience unless I can sort of channel my audience into the same thing. Because it'll be women around my age in Australia, I think, and then the next bracket would be men in my age bracket in Australia.
Surprisingly, you'll attract mostly women in your age range. Like for me, I look at my demographics, I attract men in this age range because of just who I am. So it's like those will be your first audience, and they'll be so curious of like how are you using AI? What are you using it for? What are your secrets? How are you getting ahead with it? Because everyone's trying to figure out the whole AI thing. What's the tools? How to use it? And how to get ahead with it is like the biggest question. So you're just post and pretend like you're FaceTiming your best friend. That's going to be the easiest from there.
All right, that sounds good. Thank you.
Got it, Natalie. You got it. I believe in you.
What does hate look at? I don't know why it's so hard when it's for work, but if I'm, had a couple of lines and it's my personal page and I want to have a rant about something, then some reason it's so hard
It's
to
a new
do.
skill set.
But
You look,
thank you for all the tips. I really appreciate it.
yeah, look at my videos. I'm like, they're not polished. There's a whole thing done is better than perfect. I don't even make the time to do a thumbnail. I'm just like, I gotta post 6 times a day. Post, post, post. Done. Move on to the next one. And it's just a
Yeah.
numbers game. Like one out of those 6 will hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. You
Awesome.
got this,
Thank you.
Natalie. Believe in you. Bye.
Bye.
The formula is the same for everyone. Fundamentally, it still follows back to this whole formula. It all you all ever like. It's the same formula that's like this is the cheat code of like how to get started online, whether you want to teach AI or not. If you want to teach like it doesn't even matter if you want to teach sewing, it doesn't matter. Like the formula is still the same. The main thing is basically who do you help, like what's a problem that you help some specific niche at, and then you need time management to then start posting consistently. If I told myself that the secret to business is just posting 6 times a day and going live twice a day, I would have been like so much far ahead as far as like trying to build, because this right here is building the audience. Before you sell a product or service, you need an audience that tunes into your story, your journey, wants to learn from you. That's what this whole challenge is, or this whole game right here is. And everyone starts from zero. Everyone starts with posting their first content. All of my stuff. If you look at my, I will to show you cringe. Just look at my pro. Oh wait, I gotta log in. If I was logged in, I'd show you my old one, my old stuff. But if you sort by my old stuff, it's like my old stuff is like super. I'm like, because this profile contains themes that some people may find uncomfortable. Whatever. It's like, but just post. That's like it's going to be the easy, or it's the hardest skill to learn of like creating content. But if I were to tell you that the on the other side of creating content is unlimited leads that want to work with you and be happy to buy whatever product you're like Dr. T today, he's like, I don't care what community whatever you join or start, I will join. He's like, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for 1,000 true fans. Dr. T is like that because of me, one, showing up consistently, and two, the value. I don't gatekeep. I just give it all away. I give you the tips. I give you the secrets. I give you the coaching. I give you the mentorship from there kind of thing. Like I want 1,000 Dr. T's and Sarah in my community. That's all I need is just 1,000. And I'm like, I'm happy. So that's the game of like, if I can find 1,000, done. Like that's the community. Cap it right there. And then I'm golden. I already wake up with like blessings that I get to work with amazing people like Monica, like Dr. T, like Sarah, like Megan. I mean, we have such an amazing group, but it came from the discipline of creating content and posting consistently. So it's like start everyone creating content, start serving, start going live. That's the secret to building the audience, and then from there you can start looking at monetizing low ticket products. There's ebooks, mini classes, workshops. I love the community side where it's like, thank you so much, Candy. I love the community side. Like if you just create an audience, that's what Monica is basically doing. She's already created the audience. She did the discipline. Now she has a ton of people. Thank you so much, Dr. K. And now she's selling finally group classes. And we just needed to fix the who. That was very important. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you. I feel like I'm coming off like from my TED talk and I'll be like, oh my God, thank you so much. No, I want all of you to be successful. I want to give you all the secrets, because if I had those secrets back then, like months ago, I was like literally, if you guys know my story, like December of last year, like December 2024, I was $32,000 in debt, 2 months behind on rent, no money for groceries, maxed out my credit card, and I was like, oh, I have to make this work. There's no going to a job. Like I was already applying to jobs to try and figure out if I could get back in. I couldn't even, there was no one hiring. It was like, I couldn't even, like, I was just getting rejection letters, and I was like, oh, there's no plan B for me. I have to literally shut down my marketing agency and go all in on this content game. And then I'll tell you, I saw Sabrina Ramanov's video and she was like, oh, you need to post 3 times daily. And I was like, oh, I'm not posting enough. Got it. You're obviously way ahead of me. I'll listen, I'll do it, no problem. And so started posting 3 times a day, figuring out the live stream. I was like, what's a live stream? Is that for just gamers? Or I see people just live stream shopping like wigs and clothes and candy. can you live stream and sell AI? Like, is that a thing? And then I saw Erica, God bless me with Erica, putting her in my path and seeing her sell custom GPT for her AI side hustle business. I was like, oh, she's selling AI. And that just changed the belief. All it did was change one belief in my mind that said, if she can do it, I can do it. And I just kept saying that over and over in my head. I was like, if she can do it, I can figure this out. I can figure this out, whatever it takes. And that's the other thing is like, go all in, whatever it takes. Like that's the game. It's like when I say whatever it takes, it means I need to prioritize creating content, then scrolling, then watching Netflix, then going out to eat or hanging out with friends. That's what I mean when I say go all in. I mean meaning, did I get post my 6 pieces of content today? If not, nothing else is a priority. That's the number one priority to get that, because that brings attention, that brings the audience, that brings community, that introduces me to new people every single day who have never heard or seen what I've done. Followers are technically irrelevant. The whole follower count is technically irrelevant because all your content always gets shown to new audiences to test to see if it converts. So you're always getting new people introduced to who you are and what you do. It's a numbers game. Like from there, you'll learn the skill sets of how to create hooks. If you watch all my videos, I'm so meticulous on the first 2 to 3 seconds. I have to say something to grab your attention to get you to stop scrolling because I'm one cat video away. Trust me, I'd rather be watching cat or dog videos right now. I'll be like, because they're so entertaining. But that's what I'm competing with. So I have to say something in 2 seconds to get you to stop scroll. Then I have to deliver something of value for like 10, 20 seconds. And then I'm pitching. I'm hard pitching on my content now. At the very end, I'm like, join the community. Want to save time? Want to make more money with AI? Join the community. And so that's my whole game. At least I got to get my content today too. So right after this, so I'm gonna go create my content right now. So that's the game. So I want you just lastly take a screenshot. Oh, and then let me just answer these 2 questions. How do we use DeepSeek to create a SWE team similar to MGX? Don't just build a regular app from scratch. If you can't build an app with like Lovable and Supabase, MGX is not going to help you. Like any of these all-in-one tools, they're like, it does a whole software development. There's another one today. Oh, so I forgot the name. There's another one that's like build an app with a click. No, doesn't exist, doesn't work. Like the time it takes to build an app is so much time. Like you will eventually have to learn how to code and take it to like it's not something that. So that's why I'm like, if you want to go the app route, it totally works. The other one thinks that how do I give automations to my clients? Do I keep the automations in my account or send it to them? Good question. You're technically managing the automation. So if I build a make.com or NAN automation or set up a tool, they're not tech savvy enough for me to give it over to them. So that's why you're always going to charge 2 things. One, the setup cost for you to actually build it. And then second is the monthly maintenance so that if anything happens, you're technically tech support. You take care of that for them. And so you're charging them a monthly maintenance fee to make sure the automation is continuously working. It works with, and then when it comes with like make.com, NAN, whenever you solve a problem, I would not touch a problem unless I know I could template it and then sell it to all their competitors. I don't like bespoke stuff. I don't like one-off projects. I don't like something that I build for one person that solves a problem. But if I can't resell it to all their competitors, it's not worth. That's not scalable. That's not a like because then you're just doing custom work. When you truly scale automation agency or any business in general, you need to productize your services. You need to build something that you can copy paste and resell and that to all their competitors, which is very, very important. No, these are all great, great questions. I appreciate it. We all learned something new today. Awesome. I'll be back for my 9 p.m. show. I'm also on the fence. I may eliminate it this week. I'm still on the fence of still keeping it because I want to move it to an evening show. So TBD on the 9 p.m. But I will show up tonight. Where do we learn this in the group? Yes, everything that I just shared, everything that I've been coaching, the whole framework, all of this. By the way, you need to take a screenshot of this. All this is in the AI community. All of this, where I teach you how to create content, how to develop a product, how to do digital marketing, how to leverage AI in your business, how to do mentorship on business strategy, just like what we did with Natalie right now. Like there's business coaches that charge $5,000-$10,000 for like business coaching. It's like we give you the coaching so that you can get you set up. And then we also do make.com, NAN, all that fun automations, voice agents, which is really fun and popular. So definitely, if you're serious about leveraging the AI, become an AI consultant, use it in your business. That's basically from it. content. What's your niche core business? I help solopreneurs leverage AI in their business to save more time and make more money. How is this not? I don't do SaaS. We don't do building apps as far as our core thing. We just help coaches, consultants, and service providers use AI in their business, but we don't do building apps. That's a whole different niche, which is a really good question. Do you work in collabs? Like, for example, I have a USA client. Nope, don't do collabs. I don't do collabs. I haven't done sponsorships. So I'm just promoting the AI community. Awesome. I'll see you guys in an hour and a half for the 9 p.m. show. If not, have a blessed week. Create your content, non-negotiable, and start building your audience. Start building the audience. Do the habit. Do the work. I believe in it. Then you could be like Monica, who just closed 12 sales in a day. She got 12 sales in a day. That's what I want for each and every one of you. All right. Stay blessed. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey, YouTube. Sorry, I didn't get to turn on my camera for YouTube. I don't know why. I turned it on super late. But everyone in YouTube, hope you guys have a nice, blessed night. If not, I'll be back for the 9 p.m. show. Hope you guys.